What's up, everybody, man? It's your boy, Mr. Dugas, coming at y'all with another video, man. And today, man, I'm going to talk about the Eastern Conference Game 1 first-round matchup. You had the number 7 seed Orlando Magic beating the number 2 seed Toronto Raptors 104 to 101. First off, man, shout out to the Magic. Really good game by them, man. They jumped out on Toronto to a big lead in like the second quarter. Toronto came all the way back, took a lead, and they just kept fighting, man. And at the end, DJ Augustine hit the dagger three-pointer basically to give Orlando the win. Shout out to DJ Augustine, man. He's Louisiana native, man, went to Brother Martin High School. After Hurricane Katrina, he had moved over to Texas, ended up going to play with the Longhorns. His first year played with Kevin Durant. Came back his second year, played, and went to the league. Got drafted like 9th overall by the Charlotte Bobcats. And he's bounced around the league ever since, man. And basically the last few years, he's been a backup point guard. And now he's a starting point guard on a playoff team in the Orlando Magic, man. And he went out there and he put on a nice performance yesterday. He showed a lot of grit, a lot of toughness, and he knocked down some very, very clutch shots. So, shout out to DJ Augustine, man. He did his thing yesterday, man. Terrance Ross came in and did his thing, for them a little bit off the bench, man. Evan Fournier, he could shoot the ball well. Vujicic, he's an all-star. He didn't have a great game yesterday, but, he's a player that you got to watch out for. Yeah, they got it done on the road, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought Toronto was going to sweep them. I really thought Toronto was going to sweep the Orlando Magic, man. So for them to come out there and still game one on the road, it's a testament to them, man. It shows a lot of character and a lot of, like I said, a lot of character and a lot of grit on their part, man. Big time win for Orlando on the road yesterday. And as far as the Toronto Raptors, man, Kawhi Leonard did his thing. He's kind of like the LeBron of the East right now, when there's no LeBron being in the East. He did his thing yesterday. He showed up. Danny Green hit a couple of shots. He showed up. Marc Gasol had a solid game. He showed up. Pascal Siakam had a good game. He showed up. But there was one other person, man, that was out there. Yesterday, man, I chilled. I watched basketball, did a couple of YouTube videos, sat down with a beer in my hand and, watched a little basketball, watched the Toronto Raptors Orlando Magic play. I really didn't do much yesterday at all, yo. But somehow, some way, I had the same amount of points as Kyle Lowry yesterday. Somehow, some way, I had the same amount of points as Kyle Lowry yesterday out there, and I was way nowhere around Canada, and I was drinking beer, sitting down watching TV and doing videos. But somehow, some way, I ended up with the same amount of points as Kyle Lowry. Bruh. I thought they got rid of the problem with DeRozan, man. Apparently Kyle Lowry is the problem. I look at this Toronto Raptors team, man, and I think they're the best team in the Eastern Conference. I actually picked them to get to the NBA Finals. Now, that don't mean that they still can't get there. You know what I'm saying? But I look at them and I'm like, all right, I picked them over Milwaukee, over Boston, over Philly. You know what I'm saying? But Kyle Lowry, for some reason, when the playoff time come, he got a whole new cast of characters. You got Marc Gasol, who's played in meaningful playoff games, played in the Western Conference Finals. You got Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green, who went to back-to-back NBA Finals and won an NBA championship. You got a brand new cast of characters over there with experience, and you still go out there and you stink up the joint when it's playoff time, man. 0 points, bruh. 0? I understand you only took 7 shots, but 0 points, man. What is the deal with him when the playoffs start, all of a sudden he can't do nothing? But you know what the problem is? Honestly, he too chubby. He a below the rim, chubby, streaky shooting point guard, man. He's not somebody who plays above the rim like the Russell Westbrooks, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody who is in better shape and consistently could get to the hole and get to his spots, you know, like Damian Lillard and all these guys. And he's not a consistent enough shooter like a Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying, to beat you from beyond the arc. He's inconsistent and he's a chubby player. So by him being so chubby, he's not gonna just blow by nobody off the dribble. What he has to do is he has to get hot from 3-point range. He's streaky. At times he could get very hot, put up 30 plus points, you know what I'm saying? But when he's not hitting his three ball, you know, he could get to the lane a little bit because he got a little strength, but he can't get to the lane consistently because he don't have the athleticism. So, and when the playoff time come, it's a half-court game. You know, the game turns into a half-court game, so you got to be out there and you got to consistently put the ball in the basket. And that's something he just doesn't do. Now, with Kawhi being there, now Kawhi dominates the ball a little more, but a little, not a lot, but a little more, you know, than maybe like a DeRozan. Well, DeRozan dominated the ball too, but I don't know, man. First of all, you got to shoot more than 7 shots. Second of all, bro, you got to score more than you can't have the same amount of points as a guy that's sitting down talking about you right now. Like, you can't do that, man. I still think Toronto gonna come out the East, bro. But that wasn't a good look yesterday, man. Kyle Lowry got to do better than that. You got to get over these playoff jitters, man. It's still just a basketball game, Kyle. Stop getting frightened and putting up these awful games every time you team get in the playoffs, man. You got to do better than that, bro. I understand you ain't as athletic and physically gifted as these other point guards, but, man, work on your shot, man. Like, make your shot in the playoffs or find a spot on the floor that you're comfortable from, bro. Come on, man. You know, but with that being said, man, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Go and give me a subscribe, man. I'm going to have NBA content, man, throughout the year. Y'all have a blessed one. Let's go Heat.